Let me start by telling you that there are a lot of good men out there. Sometimes it just feels like they are really hard to find. It's like they are wearing camouflage or something. Bad men on the other end, easy to find. You know, men that tell you, I'm all in. You are the only one for me. I want nobody else, just you. Then literally the next day when they were at a friend's barbecue where they met an attractive woman that seemed interested in them, then they go, yeah. See, I meant it when I said it yesterday, but today I changed my mind. I don't think you and I are going to work out. It's like you are not really into me. What? Suddenly it's even your fault? Yeah, that's why this is a bad guy, of course. When you are dealing with a narcissist, for example, it will never be his fault. And sadly, this here happens sometimes. You are dating a guy and everything seems great. He's saying the right things. He might even be showing the right things through his actions, but he's not honest about his true romantic intentions. Maybe not even to himself. Yeah, that's a thing too. So is there a way to find a good path in this weird dating jungle where things are not always what they seem to be? But of course there is, so let's talk about it. My name is Geert, I'm an author. I also use the pen name Brian Knox. I write books about dating, relationships and other topics. And first, there are a couple of ways to gently push a man to be honest about his romantic intentions. There's always a point where he can no longer lie, not even to himself. A point where he really has to show his cards. So how do you get there? Well, the first way to make sure he's honest about his intentions is to not ask direct questions about it. See, some men, the bad ones, will tell you what you want to hear. Am I the only one for you? What? Of course you are. Really? You don't even have a hall pass? You know, a celebrity crush, and if you would meet her, then it would not be considered cheating? What? Of course I don't. Even if the actress Jennifer Lawrence would walk into this room right now, I wouldn't even break eye contact with you. I personally would, but maybe that's just me. A bad guy will keep the lie alive by telling you what you want to hear. When you ask direct questions, that is, because then he knows what you want to hear. But when you use a detour, with men in general, you get a lot of information. For example, if you are ever with a guy that's even lying to himself about his true intentions in a relationship, and you would tell him, well, I'm really happy that you are so honest with me. I trust that you love me and that you want to have a future with me, and I find that really important. I feel safe with you. To a good guy with long-term romantic plans, this will sound like music to his ears. To a romantically confused guy, not so much. This is like dropping a roasted chicken in a cage full of hungry lions. There will be some strange noises coming out pretty soon. If he has been lying to himself, he will now have thoughts like, okay, right, thank you for sharing, awesome. Or is it? Because do I really want a future with her? Am I honest about our relationship or my feelings? Whoa, I don't think I am. I don't see a romantic future or a long-term relationship with her. And she's a good person. I think she deserves better than me. And this, I think you deserve better than me, is what you will then hear. Often literally. You have now pushed him to the point where he can no longer lie about his romantic intentions. Not even to himself. And all you had to do was not shield your heart and be open and honest about where you stand. Now, this is when it's still a good guy. You know, a man with a good heart, but one that will still confuse you more than a crossword puzzle in a foreign language. He's very confusing and bad for you because he just doesn't know what he wants. Now, when he realizes that he's on a totally different romantic path than you, he will often come clean. And it's when you are open and honest that he can get that realization. A truly bad guy will slip up in many other ways. In his case, there will be a lot of inconsistencies. He told you one thing yesterday, but today he says a totally different thing. Or his actions don't match his words. He's telling you, you are my everything. I see a long-term future with you. But at the same time, he doesn't want you to meet his parents or even his goldfish. A great thing to tell this guy is, you confuse me. If you do that, he will take out the smokescreen and gaslight you even more with sentences like, why? Don't be confused. I'm sorry you feel that way, but there's no reason to be confused. Yes there is, otherwise you probably wouldn't feel that way. Men with bad romantic intentions do not want to talk about this. They swipe it under the rug. On dating apps, they swipe right all the time to increase their chances to match with someone, anyone, and during serious conversations, they swipe everything under the rug. Swiping is their favorite hobby. They also love to avoid serious conversations about feelings and the future of the relationship, or when you point something bad out to them. If you tell a bad guy, "You are giving me mixed signals, I don't know where this is going, I feel confused," he will tell you, "There's absolutely no reason to be confused. My feelings for you are very strong and the doubts you have are not valid. I'm just happy to be here with you on this date. Have I told you you look gorgeous tonight?" See what he did here? He's trying to make you feel good while creating a smokescreen at the same time so you forget that you feel confused. But one of the ways you can see he's not honest is that he's going for quick wins. First he changes the subject, and then he gives you a strong but a quick and easy compliment. "You look gorgeous tonight." Or he uses great sentences like, "I can see myself falling in love with you." And hearing that might feel good at first, but what he truly means is, "I'm not in love with you, I can picture it. Just like I can picture a dog that is driving a bus. But it's never going to happen. Not the dog driving the bus and not the long-term relationship." So this guy is showing you his intentions through his low efforts and how quickly he changes the subject. A good guy will tell you, "Oh, why do you feel that way? How am I making you feel confused?" Whatever he will say, he wants to get to the bottom of this. He wants to make sure that you truly know his real intentions. And that's in fact another way to see his true romantic intentions. When a man has a long-term plan with you, he wants to resolve conflicts. Whenever there's a conflict or even a misunderstanding in the relationship, that's going to strongly destabilize him. He's going to put in major efforts to fix that. He's not just thinking about himself. Your well-being and feelings matter a lot to him. Here's another great way to get a man to be honest about his true romantic intentions. Talk about future plans. Men with the wrong intentions hate the future. They do not want to talk about it. If you ask a question about the future, like for example, "So, do you want to go on a romantic vacation together? 12 months from now, but already pay for the trip today?" Some men will look like they just saw a ghost, and ghosting you is what then often follows. And that silence, that's all you need to hear. That was pretty deep, wasn't it? When you get silenced through ghosting after talking about the future with the man, that's all you need to hear. Please move to the exit in an orderly fashion and get out of there. Seriously. Now, the more he wants to commit to things that are in the future, especially when they cost efforts like planning and booking a trip, the better. He will not put in those efforts when he knows you will not be in his future. And then, a thing some men do that proves they are not honest about their romantic intentions: love bombing. You're dating a guy and you've known him for less than a month. Maybe you went out on 3 to 4 dates and he already says things like, "Yeah, you are the type of woman I want to grow old with." Maybe he goes a step further and already talks about moving in together at some point or getting married at some point. After 4 dates! Okay, well, the things he's saying then are not about you. He's either a player and he's lying to you, or he's projecting and he's lying to himself and to you. He thinks he knows who you are, but he doesn't. It's too soon. He's very attracted to you then. That's the good news. But you cannot build a good relationship on infatuation alone, of course. So when a man gets too serious too soon, his romantic intentions are all over the place. It's not a good sign. The moral of the story here is that it's best to be open and honest about your feelings, because that will help the good, sometimes confused men to be open and honest as well. And when it comes to the bad men, the men that really confuse you, the men that blow hot and cold all the time, do not listen to their words. Look at things like inconsistencies and whether they are making plans for the future or not, but not like getting married after only 2 dates. And then the most important one, look at how important your feelings are to them, because men with long-term plans care a lot about your feelings. They want you to feel good because they hope you will stick around for a very long time. I also hope you stick around for a very long time during my videos, so thank you for doing that. I hope you found a lot of value in this video. There's more on brianknox.com or in my books on Amazon. You can just type my pen name Brian Knox in the search box over there. And again, thank you for still being here at the very end of this video. I'll be honest about my feelings. It makes me feel happy when you do that. It's for you that I'm making these videos, so thank you, and I hope to see you in another video.